And we are back live with Ryan with Junebuggy, and we're in Boone, North Carolina tonight. And one of this podcast has brought me together with some old friends, new friends, and reconnected me with some good people. And tonight is no different. And tonight I've got with me in Boone the man behind the intro and the outro of Ryan with Junebuggy, the man we are partnering with to do the marketing for us, and he does graphics. They do photos for weddings, and he does ads for people. But overall, he's a good friend and man, Michael Olson. It is good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's been what has it been, 6 years?
It's been 6 years, yeah.
Man, what was it the last time? It was a sculpture, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was for Madeline, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that was and you did the two. I still got the two Panthers ones you made.
Yeah, I had fun doing those. I like doing sports ones.
Man, that Cam Newton's still there dabbing. And it survived a bunch of moves too.
Oh, really?
Oh man, yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so and we do fragile on those every time. I always make sure. Oh man, yeah.
Well, good.
But man, first things first. How is your family doing?
They're doing great. I've got 3 boys. They're growing. I've got one that's going into high school next year, and then the other 2, they're doing good. They're into filming movies and entertainment and doing all the stuff that mom and dad do. So,
oh wow, so they're just following in your footsteps.
Yeah, they are.
Man.
They are.
Man, well, we met. When did we meet? 2016, 2017?
Probably like 2016 is my guess. Yeah.
It was at the Rock Church, man. We looked a lot different, a lot younger.
Yep.
Probably a lot better looking back in the day, man. But man, it's so good to be here, man. Let's just dive into it, man. You've been an artist your whole life.
Yep.
Where'd that start? Where'd that come from?
I kind of feel like I had the creative gene when I was a kid. Always drawing, sculpting. I remember when I was really young and didn't get into sculpting quite yet, I had a neighbor that had gotten a sculpting kit.
Right.
And like I was over at their house, and the dad was like watching what I was doing over what his kid was doing.
Oh wow.
And was like, how are you doing that? And I had never picked it up before.
Right.
And so it was just instinct, I guess. Like it was every single part of the way. And then I had people that came into my life, like my aunt is an artist.
Oh wow.
My dad dabbled in art a little bit, and then teachers throughout the years.
So it runs in the family.
Right.
Wow. Right. Runs in the family. Did you like drawing any, or was it just strictly sculpting? No,
I drew, I painted, I got into woodworking at one point, a little bit of everything.
Wow.
So
now your day job is Carolina Cabin Rentals, right?
Right. I'm a manager.
Right. And when you started that, man, I think Andy Augustine was still running that ordeal. Man.
He was my boss at the time.
And now you're the guy running it.
Now I'm him.
Oh man, how's that going, by the way?
Going really good. It's going really good. We're growing pretty big. Still organically, and so it's really good. It's a good business to work for.
So let's get back into the art a little bit. What is the sculptures you like? What do you like to do?
I like doing anything that's going to keep my brain and my hands busy.
Right.
So sculpting is always a thing, but like, we're going to get into this at some point, is like moving forward and finding new stuff that maybe somebody hasn't got into. So I've been playing around with AI a little bit and involving my art into the AI.
Oh, trust me, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
But so, because like I said, you made 2 sculptures for me. You made sports sculptures, and you love doing that. Mm-hmm. Do you sell those at all, or do you?
Not anymore. I used to for a while, and then I'd take a lot of. I feel like every time that I've done sculptures, I will do them full on. That's what I'm doing. And then I get to a point where maybe it's not burnout. It's just like I'm kind of happy not doing it for a while. And so I won't do it again for a minute, or somebody will ask me to do it for a friend or for a wedding, and then I end up doing it again.
Man, so you like a challenge pretty much.
Oh yeah.
You're in for the challenge of it.
Right.
So let's leeway into the wedding ordeal. Your wife, Whitney, she has Olson Design Photography.
Correct.
And that started, and if I remember correctly, Madeline and I were some of the first photos she took.
Yeah.
And that started when?
About 2018.
2018. What got her into that?
So Whitney was always into photography, and she was always into that, but never went full on into it. And there was a point when we were at church
Mm-hmm.
that she was shooting for people on basic cameras people letting her borrow or her cell phone. And I just remember a couple ladies at the church was like, "You need to buy this girl a camera."
Oh yeah.
And I was never at a point where financially it made sense.
Right.
And then around that time of 2018, we took a major hit and I lost my job.
Right.
And I was the breadwinner of the house. And something weird came upon me where I was able to collect from that job my,
And the pension.
all the stuff off of it
Right.
and my vacation time and everything else.
Oh well.
And we had a little kind of a chunk to play with. And we also got our taxes back at that time.
Wow.
And I don't know, I felt it in my heart. It was time for her to get a camera, even though it was the worst time to probably do that.
Well, it was going into it for sure. 'Cause
Right.
In 2018, we're 2 years out of away from COVID at that point.
Right. And so it was, and I was, at that point, I was also about to start a new job.
Right.
And so it was one of those where it wasn't the right time in anybody's brain, but I felt like it was God's time.
But God had the plan.
And God had the plan.
Right. So, what? Let me see how to ask this. You do more weddings, right? Do you do anything besides weddings and bridal portraits or anything, or y'all just strictly a wedding bridal?
So we do family photos. She's done some commercial photography. Basically anything with photography we're willing to do or try.
Does she travel a lot, or do y'all travel a lot?
Yeah, we do travel quite a bit.
Where's the furthest y'all been?
Oh man, we've been all the way down to Florida. Our furthest wedding was Utah.
No kidding.
Yep.
Man, that's a beautiful state.
It's very beautiful.
Man alive. How in the world did you get caught into that one, though?
So the one thing with Whitney's photography is that she is unbiased completely. So we're willing to do any type of wedding. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And if you're familiar with Utah.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Apparently those people could not find, they were from here. They're from North Carolina.
Right.
They were going to Utah for the wedding and could not find a photographer.
Oh, so they called her.
Yeah, that was friendly.
Oh, yeah.
That was willing to, apparently their whole wedding party was a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Right.
And so we are those people that will be willing to.
That will go out and help anybody that needs it. And
right, because at the end of the day, it's about the bride and the groom.
Do you mind me asking prices for that?
I don't know them off the top of my head.
Oh,
I stay out of.
You stay out of those.
I stay out of it just because Whitney has built this from the ground up. From the ground up, she knows what she's doing. I've always looked at it this way: is like God put that on her. God put it on me to be a good husband and to help her. So I'm.
She's the boss. You're the employee on this project. Sounds
right. But I'm also feel like I'm stewarding what God has asked me to do.
Absolutely, just letting her run it, just letting her do it her way, and that's always a good thing to be that supportive husband to just let her run it. But man, I remember the pictures we took, and I think they were up at the theater, up at the outdoor theater, Daniel Boone Theater, where they do the Daniel Boone shows and everything. And man, that's still a beautiful thing. Do they still do shows up there?
I believe they do.
Wow. I need to get back up here for a show. I need to get back in Boone and visit.
You do need to come up.
Well, I've been up a couple of times. I think I've been up. I was up last August for a football game with Michael Gregg. And then I was up, I think 2 years earlier for another football game. But I think we came and visited our friend Mallory Garrison, who we had on the podcast just recently, who she's got some things. We talked about her life and everything, so go listen to that, episode 3. And but so weddings, anything y'all will do, and I'm assuming, and I'm just going to assume this: the camera has gotten more commercial. Or is it the same one you just had?
No. We've gotten more and more cameras. We've got bigger lenses.
Oh, man.
We've stepped it up. But then at the same time, it's not just about the photos.
Right.
It's also about the
editing part of it.
Well, it's the editing too, but it's also on their day.
Right.
all it is about them.
Absolutely.
And so when it comes down to the bride and groom, our service is really what I think sets us apart from a lot of people.
Right.
And that's something that I feel like I bring to it for Whitney.
Oh, yeah.
It's like taking care of them, noticing when they're thirsty, noticing when they're tired,
Oh, wow.
trying to get them through those moments. Because really, when you're at a wedding and you're taking those photos, that's the one part where you're like, oh man, I wish this was over.
Oh, yeah.
If you make it like a party,
Oh, yeah.
there are times that they're like, we can take a couple more photos if you want to.
Make them feel important,
Right.
and make them feel, hey, yeah, this is they're being friendly with
They
us.
paid for this, and this is the wedding.
You want to
So-
give them what they paid for.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. That's awesome, man. So, guys, Whitney Olson, Olson Design Photography. What are her socials? I'm going to go ahead and get into that one.
Yeah, it's Instagram. It's Olson Design Photography. The website is www.olsondesignphotography.com. She has a TikTok, all the same across the board.
Wow, that is something. Junebuggy's got a TikTok.
Okay.
I've never used it.
Okay.
I don't know if I plan on using it.
Well, we'll get you on.
I'm sure.
We'll get you on.
Everybody, I'm sure we will. But man, let's talk about, dude. First things first. We're going to get into AI. We're going to get into everything AI and what you've done.
Yeah.
You saved my hide. I'm just going to tell you.
Okay.
Because a week out from launching the podcast,
right,
I did not have an intro. I had an outro, and I had what I was planning to do was just a sound.
Right.
But when I sent you the logo and you made that, man, you saved me big time, and I just can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah,
and
no problem.
And I knew that because here's how I figured it out. The rock was moving to the high school.
Yep.
You made that one video of the moving truck, no sound until the end. And I said, that's Michael Olson.
Yeah.
I said, I know for a fact that I can't think anybody else at that church that would know how to do that.
Yeah.
And that's when I told him, I was like, I want to contact him. I said, well, at least the worst he can say is no.
Yeah.
And so.
And you saw how fast.
Oh, and I saw how fast. And I mean, we were texting, and I've got two things immediately.
Yeah.
So, but man, AI, man. Why? How'd you get into it, man? And don't get into the pineapple part yet, because I want to get into that.
Okay. So, if you've been around for the last year, you have used probably ChatGPT in some form, or
I just started 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Or a few weeks ago.
So I was using it for work, writing emails, balancing chat books, things like that.
Wow.
Basically the data side of life.
Oh yeah.
And then around the time of Mother's Day of last year, I wanted to write a card to my mother-in-law.
Okay.
I think it's hard to tell somebody you love them.
Oh yeah.
That's not someone that's your mother.
Oh yeah.
Or your wife.
Sure.
And how do you describe those words? I'm not elegant with any sort of words.
Right.
And so I basically had ChatGPT write me a Mother's Day card.
Oh, wow.
And I was going to put it in a card, and it said, do you want me to create you a card? And I went, you can do that? And it said, yeah. And it made me a card. And in that process, I was like, what else can you do?
Yeah.
And then we got down the road of it could create images off of my images. It could create whatever was in my head. And I said, could you take a drawing that I input into you, and could we make something out of that?
Right.
And so then that was when I started to kind of load my own stuff in there and started making, not what we're going to talk about in a minute, but I started just making just dumb little shorts is what I'll call them.
Oh yeah. Well, and like I said, you made those for the rock too. You made them for church.
Yeah.
And Michael Gregg had to do the voiceover for everybody that's was involved in that project. They did their own voiceover.
Yeah, they have to do their own. They have to send them
because you couldn't just put it in there like that because he's got multiple videos of him preaching. You couldn't just pull that, could you?
You could pull. I could pull audio like that. Okay. And I could dub it over.
Right, but I think it sounded better with him doing the voiceover. But it probably would. But yeah, I saw that. And then what was the next one I saw? Oh man, I saw the next one and we'll go ahead and get into it. What is it? Pineapple Wilderness.
It's Pineapple Planet Wilderness.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big mouthful. I'm sorry. I didn't try to repeat it.
Well. the reason I remembered it is because it started following the Junebuggy page on Instagram.
Right.
And I was like, I forgot all about this. So I need to add this in. Where did that idea come from?
So, as a kid, I've always been drawing and things like that and coming up with ideas. But about 2 years ago, during Halloween, we do a family Halloween costume. If you're aware of it, you're aware of it. If not, you can follow my wife's socials.
I've seen a couple of them, yeah.
Well, 2 years ago, we did Up, which is, Pixar's Up. And each one of us does a character every single year. It's a tradition, and we keep the tradition going.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with Up, there's a Boy Scout named Russell, and I was voted to be Russell.
Oh, wow.
And during that time, I dressed up, and I was also doing some stuff on socials where I was talking to people online, doing some podcasts and things like that.
Right.
And that day, I was asked to come on a live on TikTok, and I'm in full Halloween regalia.
Oh, boy.
As a Boy Scout, and started doing some comedy, started reading some stuff, being funny, and realized, oh, this is a character. Like, this is something. Now I can't be that Boy Scout.
Right.
I can be a version of it. And so it started becoming drawings, started becoming something. I did a couple TikToks, some lives doing this because it would get people interested. Like, why is this guy dressed like a Boy Scout? And what does he stand for?
Oh, yeah.
And then that started developing the whole character of Pineapple Planet Wilderness Guy.
Wow. And you've used him to promote businesses.
Right.
You've used him to, you've made ads with him.
Yeah.
And, man, I just, man, that's awesome. I love it, man. I love it. Man, what, you make ads for practically anybody that, like, you've got a business in that too, right? Is that
it's starting to become a thing.
It's starting to become a big thing.
It started with me making one, and then someone saw it that wanted one. And I wasn't making ads, I was just making cartoons. And my sister-in-law, she works for a restaurant in Boone, and that business was interested in me creating a commercial for them, basically, an ad.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I've never done this before. I put that out, and within a couple days, I had a fishing guide asking me if I could make him a video like that.
Wow.
I had restaurants asking me. And during that time, this was right after Hurricane Helene, a lot of these businesses couldn't afford it. Wow. They couldn't afford ads. They couldn't afford those things. And so I've kind of started making it my mission that I wanted to help businesses out of whatever this, we were calling it the Hurricane Helene hangover.
Right.
Where it was like, it was still happening a year out, where people weren't coming to Boone, people weren't coming and spending the money. They weren't like being involved in our local economy.
Right.
And how could I find a fun way where injecting myself into it, where I was creating something for them that was fun, spontaneous. No one's ever seen it before, with a character nobody's really dealt with before.
Right.
And that's
so let's talk about that part of it for a minute. I didn't think we'd get into that, but let's talk about, you brought it up. How I've not got a chance to ask anybody in Boone, because it impacted Boone quite a bit.
Yeah, it did.
How did this hurricane impact? I saw the flooding. I saw obviously the Walmart.
Right.
But what was the impact family wise? Because I saw The Rock volunteering, and it wasn't just one time either. It was multiple times, and I saw other churches volunteering. That brought this community together a lot. Just talk about that, man. Talk about the community. Talk about what Helene did. And are they still cleaning up Helene?
There are houses that are still getting worked on. There's still businesses that are needing help. I would say more so in like the Asheville area, because I have family over in that area too. I have friends over there. I feel like Boone really had a community drive to getting it help. There's still people out there that still need help.
Oh yeah.
There are still people that are trying to fix up their lives, because even a year and a half out, you're still trying to put together what happened.
Well, nobody expected the mountains to get a hurricane, like that big of a flood either.
No one was expecting that. Like right over here near Walmart and where the Rock is that there was a good 8 to 9 feet of water. No one was.
Did the location that the Rock was in, did it flood?
I don't believe it did. Not, I don't
Wow.
think it might have taken on some water, but I don't think it did. It
Not
might
as
have
bad as Walmart if it did.
not, and it was weird hearing certain people talk about it because, like, my brother works over at Michael's over there,
Oh, yeah.
and he said that it barely bridged into their front door, and that was about it.
That's crazy.
And so it's crazy that literally a
Because
couple
hardware
feet,
didn't get hurt near as much either.
right? It was certain areas only got a couple feet, and then other areas got a ton. And it's the same with like the mudslides. You had certain areas that got nothing, and then like out towards my parents, there were certain roads that were just covered in mud.
Wow. That's that's crazy how, because I came up here one time and I had no service.
Yeah.
They just got service here, and we made it to Banner Elk and at the Lowe's Foods. The minute I turned down to go Tynecastle Road, there's nothing.
It was about 2 weeks of no service, no internet. I live over here near the hospital where we currently are at. We got lucky that we barely lost any power.
Are you still where you were when we moved?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, still there.
Man.
But being so close to the hospital, we don't lose power that often because we're on the same grid as they are. So the hospital doesn't go down that long. We don't go down that long. It's kind of, it's kind of a good place to be at.
Oh, absolutely.
And during the hurricane, we had a time where we lost water for a little while.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing was outside world. Like, we had no cell phone service.
You couldn't tell anybody you're okay at that point.
No, at that point. And what was crazy was, like, I had friends online that were messaging me incessantly trying to get a hold of me, seeing if I was okay. No one could get a hold of you. And then we started getting service and started, getting stuff about 2 weeks out. But before that, the college opened up to the public where they were doing free food.
Right.
We were able to take showers there. You were also able to get internet there. So, like, we would go over with our kids and they'd download movies.
Right.
You had entertainment at night because just you couldn't watch anything. You couldn't do anything.
Well, and you see that the colleges doing that. There's people out here. There's people out here grilling and for the community.
Yep,
So I
they
mean,
were.
just bringing that community together. And then again, it wasn't just Boone either. It was, you said it. It was Asheville. It was the whole western side of North Carolina.
You had people coming up from states away that were coming up doing food trucks, serving us food, taking care of us, and really showing up for this state, which was nice.
Man, it's strange how it takes a disaster to bring people together. It's happened multiple times, but man, I'm telling you, let's talk about the Rock for a minute. You're there.
Yep.
You're still there, I assume.
Yep.
They've moved.
They've moved.
And I'm gonna talk about, because I've got Mike Bozeman coming on.
Yeah.
And I've got Michael Gregg coming on. I'm planning on that one next year for season 2.
Gotcha.
But let's talk about the move for a minute, man. How's everything been?
It's been good. I've been assisting with the help of the move and just setup and things like that. They've got a good team over there that was setting it up. Recently, they just got a new truck, a big long truck that is helpful of all the stuff that goes into a church at a high school, because this is a mobile church at this point.
Yeah.
And so I've just seen the church really come together and make it happen. People have like showed up to set up, showed up to break down. People that are doing just greeters.
Wow.
It really it takes a village, and you're seeing it right now. It's awesome.
Are you guys having to set up and tear down?
Yeah.
How much of that? Because I've been told that you don't have to tear the whole thing down. I've heard you can.
So the way that it works is that we have children's church, we have all this areas, but people can't just go roaming around the school.
Right.
So they have pipe and drape separating parts of the school. In the areas where there's classrooms, those are standard classrooms and libraries and things like that. So kids can't just like grab a book off the shelf. So we even have these little dividers that go up in the classrooms so kids aren't looking at stuff, and so kids aren't grabbing stuff, so that they are just engaged in the room and their teachers.
Wow. That's awesome, man. But I mean, it sounds like it's a lot of work, a lot more work, but with that, you guys were growing, like consistently growing. And
Oh yeah, they're definitely growing.
Oh, and it's still growing from what I've heard. Now, obviously not now, summertime, and when this releases, it'll be middle of summer.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone, and well, I guess everybody's gone. I guess the populations went down some.
Yeah. I mean, you got the college that leaves, and then you still have college students to stay around.
Right. So, but man, I got in touch with Nick Woods the other day.
Oh yeah.
Man, I haven't seen him since 2019.
Yeah.
And man, I've seen a lot of people since 2019. I called Jonathan Arnett, and I had to tell him who it was. I was like, man, you don't remember me. It's been 6 years. So, but man, we are coming up on time on this.
Okay.
So let's end it with this. Let's go back to the Pineapple Wilderness, man.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite part of just doing that, and where do you see that character going, and where do you see your artistic time going?
With Pineapple, I don't really know where he's going. I've kind of just taken each step of it with like just kind of letting God and letting wherever it goes go.
Right.
And so I'm not gearing it in any sort of way or trying to figure it out. Yeah, I would love for it to be a business, but it's one of those things that
Just letting him have fun.
right. And I'm having fun in the process of like creating this character, creating the ads, putting little fun spins on it. And like, I heard this the other day, a friend of mine that hadn't seen me in a long time, probably as long as I haven't seen you,
Wow.
was like, man, you look youthful in the face, you look happy.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of it is doing something I love, even though I'm having to take time to do it. There's something that I really do enjoy about it. And so I think wherever it goes, even if in a year we're to meet up again
Oh yeah.
and it's completely over, I'm happy with the time I've spent on it
Right.
and what I've devised for it. As far as the art goes, I would love to see. I mean, I'm kind of surprised where AI has taken me, and I'm kind of wondering where it's going to take me next. And at the same time, is like, I never knew that I would be doing art with a computer like I am.
It's kind of strange because I never thought I'd get to AI either. And
Right.
like I said, I just got into Chat GPT, and this is after telling Madeline that I hated Chat GPT.
Right.
So, and I'm doing, and the reason I got into it's because our church does the graphics. They have those graphics on YouTube.
Right.
So I'm looking at pictures. I'm thinking I can make this work. I can make this work for me.
Right.
And so AI has
Assuming there's no limit. That's what I was telling people.
absolutely there's no limit. So how do I word this? Because it's a cartoon character.
Right.
Will the Pineapple Man listen to the podcast?
Yeah, of course he will.
That's awesome.
He'll absolutely love it.
I'd love for him to hear it. I'd love for that to happen sometime. We need to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, this has been Michael. This has been fun, man. This has been amazing to get caught back up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like I said, we don't do this enough.
No.
We need to do this again.
Yeah.
And man, I'm looking forward to seeing all the photography online.
Yep.
Guys, Olson Design Photography. Get in touch on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and just get in touch with them, and they will treat you right. They will take care of you. If you need an ad, get in touch with Michael Olson. He will create it, and he will bring Pineapple Wilderness Man. Now, let's clear something up. That's your voice on him, right?
That is my voice.
Okay. Because I heard it the first time, and I'm like, that's got to be his voice, but it don't sound like it.
Well, so I'll make it fast because I know we're near the end, is that it just became an elevated version of myself.
Right.
I feel like even when you look at him, it's a bigger bearded, kind of ridiculous, but that's the youthful spirit I have inside of me. And so when you're talking, it's not just like, hey, Junior, how are you? It's very like, hey, Junior,
Yeah.
how are you?
Right. That's it, man.
I'll about blew out your eardrum.
I'm gonna have to cut the audio down when we edit that one.
Yeah,
man, like I said, it's been good. And again, guys, any ads y'all need, and you will do ads outside of Boone if need if some.
Oh yeah, and I mean I've had a couple businesses that look at what I'm doing and go, we don't really need this character. I'm all about doing stuff that doesn't have to be within the framework that I'm doing.
Right.
Same like helping you with your podcast
Right.
is it doesn't have to visuals don't have to be exactly what I'm doing. It can be outside of that. So if there's something that you're looking at going, hey, I would like to create this and I don't know how to do it,
Right.
I'm all about that. The only thing is I won't give away my complete secret sauce.
No, 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 no. I wouldn't. I don't want you to. Like I
Yeah.
said, I couldn't do it. And that's why I call you, man. That's again, and it's fun partnering with you on this.
Yeah.
This is. I look forward to seeing where this goes. And guys, Ryan with Junebuggy, second, third, and fourth Tuesdays of the month. And when this drops, it'll be the fourth Tuesday in June. We are on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. We are on Instagram, and we do have a TikTok. I think I'm pretty sure we have one.
He'll have a
I'll probably have a TikTok soon. If this guy will probably create it.
Yeah.
And guys, go like and subscribe on YouTube. We are looking to get to Spotify. We are looking to do a video version at the end of the summer. We are also going to be promoting Back to School Month, which is in August. And then in October, we are going to be promoting counties, and we are going to get a little political. We're going to get towards the election, so we're going to promote that. So, guys, just be on the lookout. Ryan with Junebuggy's doing good things, guys. And for Michael Olson, I'm JJ the Junebuggy Junior Mabe. We will see you next time on Ride with Junebuggy.